Hi, my name is Trinity Clark, and I am the founder of Love Chapters Earth, USA, and the Earth Church. The intent, mission, of purpose of Love Chapters Earth, Love Chapters USA, Love Chapters of any country or region as part of the Love Chapters Earth Church family is to create a people helping people network of massive proportions for the benefit of all humans that share the world divinely created for us. It has been said that we are a mission of facilitating missions. In essence, Love Chapters are advocates for the human race and the earth in which we live. Attributes that make up the general cultural condition of each community varies. We begin to look for more of our commonalities versus our differences. We begin to strive for what we all need versus being from a point of self. There is a mission of healing the human societal condition in general that stands out in Love's mission of purpose. Much of that mission begins with education, freeing the mind from a state of lack. To do this, we must lead from the front in teaching a value for value system. We need to act as a community to feed and house the hungry and homeless, but not with a hand down, which continues the culture of lack, but with a hand up in a value for value, which teaches that we each have value. When we learn to share the weight of the world together and put others before us, we will thrive. When we work together to solve the problems we, as man, have created in the world, the entire human race will benefit. Education is such a huge part of healing. At the heart of the mission of the Love Chapters Earth Church, USA, and all subsidiaries of is a mission for humanity that will create an abundance of missions birthed within the hearts, minds, and souls of the team members that facilitate Love Chapter offices around America and the earth. The mission begins with 50 states and surrounding territories of America, gaining representation by a Love Chapters Earth Church, Love Chapters USA office that will then expand to as many communities in that state or territory, building a web of people helping people to epidemic proportions. The task of each community Love Chapter office begins with education. Education sounds like such a mundane task, but the lack of education is the culprit of human decline. We use the 8 F's as an education guide. Those 8 F's are faith, family, finances, fitness, friendships, following, fun, and last but not least, freedom. Whether we actually realize it or not, the 8 F's are also the guide to human sustainability. We are a complacent society. Some people would call it a groove. I call it a rut. Learn your job, go to work, trade time for money, come home, entertain ourselves, say goodnight to the kids, go to bed, and start all over again. We are just existing, not living. We don't know our neighbors, and we certainly don't care about the hungry or homeless, as long as it's not us. We like to complain about Sally Joe down the street who has 11 kids, a house provided by the corporation, free food, free utilities, free cell phone, and free medical. Oh, and holy moly, there's another one in the oven about to be placed on the entitlement roster. Until we get back to a value for value system and stop feeding the entitlement mindset, some will continue to work so that those unwilling to contribute their fair share will have what you can afford. We're all on this earth together. The only rite of passage to another place comes by choice, first, followed by death. Shouldn't that fact alone make us want to work together for the betterment of mankind and of the earth we share? The special teams that come together to form our Love Chapter offices often have missions of their own for the betterment of society as a whole. In a sense, the mission of Love Chapters is the epidemic of people helping people. I just want you to think for a moment of your particular community in your state. Look around and try to identify the societal issues within the community itself. Now ask yourself, if a natural disaster would occur in your area that would render many homeless, make food scarce, water supplies contaminated, medical triage shorted, and communication to outside of your community nil, what would you do? What if martial law was claimed after an economic crash and no supplies were moving across the country? People couldn't commute to work, and all cell and internet, cable and landline communications went dead. Then what? The answer is within your community. Because at that point, God and community is all you would have. If your community has all been sleeping in front of the TV or iPad and has not organized a community resource group, then that spells chaotic disaster. But if your community has truly become a community, the community will sustain the community based on the preparations made together through the educational format. Love Chapters USA, as part of the Love Chapters Earth Church humanitarian network of people helping people via education and a value for value system, works at the community level to teach the people of the community how to sustain human life within their community and prosper on a value for value system. Now, imagine, if you will, that in your state there are hundreds of community Love Chapter offices, each with the same mission to sustain the community by becoming a community. Now, imagine that each one of those community offices of the Love Chapters Earth Church has 4 officers of the 8 that has a personal mission for humanity. What does that look like? Well, if there were 200 Community Love Chapter USA offices in the state and 4 of each of the 8-person team had a mission, that would be 800 missions beyond the mission of Love Chapters happening in just your state alone. Now, let's times that by 50. If that scenario played out in just the 50 states, that would be 40,000 humanitarian missions going on across America. Would that make a positive difference? The funding used by Love Chapters Earth Church offices funds the officers of the offices first, so they can get their mission started, which is part of the mission of Love Chapters Earth Church, beyond that of the community healing and sustainability. There is no doubt in my mind that the mission of Love Chapters Earth Church and Love Chapters USA is huge and will spread worldwide. Thus, we are creating a network, an epidemic of people helping people. And the last lines of our motto tells the story. Together, we can and will make a difference. And now for the opportunity of becoming a Love Chapters USA office. Opportunity is not an entitlement program, a hand down or a handout. Opportunity always involves action or work or both. In the case of Love Chapters USA, Opportunity is working a proprietary system of funding that funds both Love office locations and officers of a Love office team. That system is called the Pod Magic System. Pod means power of duplication. The Pod Magic System utilizes a sharing and pay it forward method of building multiple streams of income from work done one time, 12 weeks. Yes, those multiple streams of income are acquired through the use of multiple network marketing companies, with the keywords being work done one time, 12 weeks. Here's the magic part. Each Love Chapter USA office team member will contribute $100 to begin self funding of their mission and funding of the seed money to their Love Chapter office provided by the system. But on week 4 of using this system, $99.25 will be returned to each member, making the entry cost of business for 2 months of product about 75 cents. But that's not really the magic part. Entry into each of the remaining business modules is provided for by the system, as is the funding for the Love Chapter office. But even the money the system gives to you to use for enrollment is returned to you in 4 weeks of using that gift. In short, the system pays you to use it. It funds Love Chapters and puts each member in a dynamic position in each network marketing company. You can read more about this system at podmagicsystem.info. That's podmagicsystem.info, and about Love Chapters USA at lovechaptersusa.org. There is no E on love, and there's an S on chapters. So lovechaptersusa.org. Remember, not one of us alone can change the world, but together we can and will make a difference. God bless each of you, and thank you. I yield the screen.